summer solstice. Whoa! Holy shit, that's cool. One of the problems with boondocking in Alberta and BC is so much of the land is national parks, and national parks is code for nothing's free. There's no free camping. Outside the park boundaries, however, it's a different story. Between Jasper and Banff is a little known spot just outside the gates. This is Bighorn country. The key feature is Abraham Lake, a reservoir on the David Thompson Highway. The west shore is dotted with public use land, perfect for the tent or trailer. The place I chose is about halfway up the west shore. There's at least a dozen spots, many of them with plenty of room for groups. Some pick the shore, but I prefer the shelter of the trees. If you like the smell of fir and spruce, there's no place better. Well, there's nothing more outdoorsy than whittling, but I'm not just doing it because I'm outdoors. I actually need to whittle it because I'm going to use this for a hiking pole. This is also an extender for my stabilizer, but I don't have an end for it. So what I'm doing is I don't want to ruin the thread I've got here, so I'm just trying to whittle a piece that I can use it for a trekking pole. So I'm gonna whittle away and hopefully it'll work. Maybe I'll whittle an end for the handle too while I'm in a whittling mood. Not bad. The early morning always brings out the best in plants and in animals. Mistaya Canyon is one of my favorite spots around here. It's a river going through a gorge, and if you just go on the fenced in areas, it's going to be not as exciting as if you get behind the fence and get down in the really cool areas, and that's what I'm going to do today. It's the action of river water over time that formed the canyon from the limestone bedrock. It's a very short and easy walk to the bridge that crosses the canyon. On the south side is the Mistaya River where it enters the gorge. As you can see, this side is accessible for those who want to get a little closer. But the north side is where the gorge is at its narrowest and deepest. Most people only see this section from the bridge, and there are no groomed trails or fences to explore the northern channel. Only hikers with good boots and experience should enter this area. Best to keep your dog and your little munchkins on the other side of the fence. I was lucky enough to find a volunteer to help me shoot this. Although not easy to tell at this angle, that is about an 8-foot drop. But the reward was this moss-covered ledge that I was just dying to peer over the end. I could only go so far, as the walls of rock blocked my way. Well, my exploring wasn't over yet, as on the other side of the bridge there was access to the other side of the canyon. This is one of those shots where a little gravel comes in handy. Of course, I saved the best to the last. There's a spot in the gorge where the sides of the rim are only a few inches across. I wanted to walk the ridge and shoot the crevice with my sports camera, but there was one problem. There's a little tree that was in my way. How could I film, hold the camera, and get around the tree without falling into the gorge of death? So remember that stabilizing pole I was whittling? Well, here's where it came into play. But let's start with my $10 shot. So here's how I did it. Watch carefully in the left image as I operate the stabilizer and get around that tree. Yep, I operated the camera rig with one hand and used the tree as balance with the other. I don't think the camera even jiggled at that one. By the way, if you didn't notice, I actually did this twice. So that was my adrenaline rush for the day, so it was time to get a little passive and smell a few flowers. Back at Abraham Lake, the sun was getting low on the horizon. Just enough time to skip a few stones. I think I mentioned at the beginning of this video that it was the summer solstice. It was only fitting to grab a spot by the lake and watch the longest day come to an end. At 10 o'clock, the sun was still setting, but with the longest day comes the shortest night, and in the morning I had to pack up for my next adventure. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please check out my others as well. I'm always looking for a new adventure, so always check back. Happy camping!